Hi, welcome to the Client Attraction Masterclass. I will be showing you 40 ways to easily get more clients, more sales, and more bookings without paying for ads. I hope you are all excited. There will be 3 sections, and I'm really excited to take you through what really helped me to build my business when there's hardly any money coming in. And sometimes ads are always the end goal or the only thing that will determine the success of your business. So let's get to it. I'm also hoping that by the end of this session that you would have a grasp on how to grow your business organically and maybe even to supercharge your sales. Most businesses, when you are thinking about getting more leads, what you do is that you cast your nets wide. So you start posting on various social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all of a sudden it becomes overwhelming. You have so much on your laptop or your phone that it's just become too much for you. Now, the old way is that most businesses do not have a clear strategy on how to attract qualified leads and fill their sales pipeline, so they simply cast their nets wide and hope for the best. Now, here is what I want you to do instead. What I want you to do instead is to have an idea and a plan and then take action. So, what I want you to do is the new way, the most important thing to do is to have a clear strategy. Having a clear strategy will help you to keep on the straight and narrow path. Having a clear strategy is what will get you to the result that you want. Now, the temptation is that, especially coming to a masterclass like this, that I'm going to be sharing with you 40 ways that you can get more bookings, more sales, and more clients. The temptation is to say, oh, I'm going to try all of the methods here, all the 40 things here. But I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is really streamline. And in a moment, after I share the session with you, I want you to choose your top 3. So let's talk about having a clear strategy. I want to show you where exactly your leads are and how to turn them into clients. First thing that I want to show you is you have 3 types of audiences. 3 types of audiences that every business needs in order to keep that engine turning and turning, to keep the leads coming in and to keep those leads turning into clients. So there's 3 types of audiences that every business needs. So you have your cold audience, and then you have your warm audience, and then you have your hot audience, which I call the smoking hot audience. So what does this translate? I want you to look at this picture. On the left, which looks like a cone, is called a funnel. And at the very top, blue, and then you have your warm, and then you have your hot. Now, this represents the type of people that you have access to your business. This represents your leads. However, before the leads can potentially buy from you, they have to go through a buyer's journey. So, I want you to look at the right hand side for me. So on the right hand side is what we have, what is known as a lead score. However, before a lead can potentially buy from you, they have to go through the journey, the buyer's journey. So I want you to look at the right hand side for me. At the very top, next to cold, you have what we call a lead score. For example, when somebody who have no idea of who you are, they are known as your cold lead. Now, these people do not know who you are, what your brand is, what you do, and if you decide to close your business tomorrow, they don't even care because they do not know much about you in the first place, right? So you have pretty much zero chance of getting the person as a lead. However, if you move down halfway, they become warm. And when you have done certain things, which is what I'm going to be sharing with you, and naturally, somebody who was once cold, they then become warm and they now have a 50% potential of becoming a lead in your business or becoming a client, of being able to have that sales conversation, which is when they become smoking hot. So when you look at the smoking hot section, you see that it's on 100. So somebody who is a smoking hot is ready for that sales conversation. They are displaying certain biased behavior that shows you that this person is smoking hot, and they are much more easier to convert than somebody who is cold. So now we have the types of audiences. We have your cold, your warm, your hot, before they become sales ready. So we have the cold audience. This is the largest group of audience. So the problem with cold audience is that these people have absolutely no idea or awareness of who you are, or the problem that you solve, or the solution that you can bring to their problem, or even the transformation that you can bring to their life. Remember, this is the largest group of audience that you have. So for these reasons, I have the most number of ideas in this category, because you want to pull in as many people from your cold audience into your warm audience, following that funnel. So the problem, remember, that these people, they have absolutely no awareness of who you are. Now you may ask, how are we going to do that? So the key strategy for getting in front of a cold audience is by leveraging other people's audiences. And I want you to remember that. So this is the quickest way to attract this group. So now the question is, how do we attract this group, which is other people's audiences, and where can we find them? So let's get to it. Now, number 1, posting in niche Facebook groups. When I first started, I learned to first post on Facebook. However, my twin sister Asia Mas Roberts, aka Asia Love, coached me on how to use free Facebook marketing strategies using Mark Hoverson's products, which is Solomon CEO and Vincent Ortega Speed Wealth 360 trainings. And then 5 years later, I began to be interested in doing my art more. So I posted my art in Facebook groups like Marry Me Cafe, Half an Hour of Art, Tim Holtz, Jane Davenport, Watercolor Group, or any abstract art groups. Such as this painting was, I went to a course by Paulette Insall, and so I post on her group, so you could do that as well. You could have a training with a coach, and you could post all your paintings in that group, and you can make friends with them. So also with the niche Facebook group that you can find is that, for instance, if you're a baker or you are a photographer or if you are a dessert maker or even if you are into fitness, so all these things you can easily find all your niche group that you like and that you regularly would love to post in. Like for instance, if you see Body FX, I am an affiliate of this company called Body FX, and I really love Yana, and she really work out. I love the way she belly dance and stuff like that. So I'm always posting my videos on her Facebook group because I was going through her challenge. So those are the kinds of niche groups that you can do as well. And perhaps you are into bodybuilding. Sometimes they have groups like that and you have a challenge, and so you just post on those kind of groups too. It's really your individual Facebook niche groups. So, for instance, I'm in this international mothers living in Switzerland group. So, for me, I'm Singaporean. I come from Singapore, but my husband is from Switzerland. So now we live in Switzerland. So I feel that I wanted to connect with other mothers that are in Switzerland. So I was able to find this group where all the mothers are all in one group in Switzerland, and they are all international mothers. So they can relate to me, and so you could be from any country. You could be from South America and you're living in France, or you're from Italy and then you're living in America. So or you're from Singapore and then you live in New York. So all these countries, you need to be able to find out in the Facebook groups. I'm sure you will be able to find out all the different countries that you could connect with, you see. And last but not least is Facebook group of Rich Dad Poor Dad community. Or you could also go to Tim Ferriss fan club. So these are books that is really popular with entrepreneurs, and that's where you can find your leads too. So essentially they become from cold to warm and also become a part of your community and eventually become your smoking hot leads.